people who is like, oh, this is not for me.
Yeah. You really, 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 really have to be a certain kind of person. Either you're a psychopath and you're in it for the thrills, or you're just a massive cynic on society and you like have come to this conclusion that people are like animals and babies and they need to be tamed and that's your job and you're okay with that and you like that.
Here, come up here.
Right.
I was fighting my dog. God damn it.
It's such a weird job, Akbar.
These guys, like, we definitely got to get like some capitalism in the police force. Like, get them in there because they want to earn a decent living, feel good, and just a number of psychopaths.
Well, see, the problem is nobody but psychopaths want to do the job, though.
But no, like, somebody made an argument. This was a few years ago that I read this, but basically, like, if you give a little bit more competitive games for its officers, you start attracting those that are okay with it as a career, and not those that are just purely driven by what you were saying.
Yeah, but so most of like the halfway decent officers, they usually are coming from the military. So they either did military police, they were a military police officer, or they were just a, you know, kind of a grunt in the military. They need a job. They're coming into the job with PTSD and all kinds of other things. The rules of engagement in the military are very different than in the police force. They have a very hard time transitioning. So, you know, it's hard for them to temper their response for like domestic policing. And they get into it and they just realize, oh shit, I just can't blow these dudes away. So you know, like it's such a messed up talent pool. And then you've got the ones that come directly out of the academy. They're idealistic, they're, you know, hopeful, they're excited, and then they see how messed up humanity is because they got to now deal with it in person. Then they get depressed. A lot of the younger ones come into it and they're in relationships. They're 22, 23 years old, maybe younger, and they're divorced or their relationship is over within 6 months. Partly because of the hours, partly because of like the massive emotional impact it is on the person who's doing the policing. So you just can't really have a functional, normal life unless you're out in like some Norman Rockwell-esque, you know, town where there's the biggest crime committed is like maybe freaking property crime, like B&E, somebody like breaking in and stealing somebody's bed sheets, you know. Otherwise, it's just sucks. But, you know, I think as much as I don't like this idea, I do think that AI in combination with robotics is probably going to solve a lot of these problems, at least as far as putting, you know, security on the street. But you're probably going to have a lot more death and destruction because of it.
Oh, some of the parts around Nashville right now are it's just like 15, 16-year-olds literally killing each other in gunfights. It's crazy.
Yeah. Well, that's
15.
Detroit. Dude, that's like normal. That's normal, like Detroit in Chicago living. That's just normal. Unfortunately, I hate to say that it shouldn't be normal, but
No, definitely not.
that is very... How the hell do I get out of this hole? Oh, I'm out. It's shitty. Now the real fix is fixing society, you know. I mean, and so that starts with better education, better schools, better parenting, you know, better parenting resources. How'd you get out of... Riley, how the hell did you get out of there? I am, like, massively stuck.
Oh yeah, hang to the left corner. It's like the
Left corner?
Laotians are back.
The Laotians!
Laos.
The left corner is not succeeding for me.
The other way.
Oh! I got it. I found it. Oh, there's some shit here. Did you get this, Riley?
Yeah.
So, you know, until we fix the actual problems that caused the crime, Akbar, it's like a never-ending cycle of trying to fight crime with more resources. When it's like a sinking ship, you know, like you can try to bail out the water and keep yourself from going under, but if more water is coming in, you know, you're gonna go under. What is the population?
It's Riley. Oh, sorry, what?
I was just gonna say, what is the population of Memphis now?
Oh, no, I'm not in Memphis. God help me if I was in Memphis. That would suck.
Where are you? It's Nashville, that's right.
Nashville, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What'd you do for New Year's, Riley?
Drank.
Drank. Didn't you just finish high school 4 years ago? You're already drinking.
No, I finished high
4
school
years ago.
8 years ago, dude.
It does seem just like
9 years
yesterday.
ago, though. No, this is the by like September of this year, we'll have known each other for 10 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
Yep.
And
it
of
That's a
all
decade.
September
of all the people-
2015.
I've only ever met Trevor from our group. That's probably even more crazy.
It is crazy. We really should try to
Oh,
all get
actually-
together.
Trevor and Tony, actually. Trevor.
You
and
met Tony?
Yeah, I met Tony when I was in California. He's exactly how you'd expect it to be.
I just remember I have a YouTube video up of me just crouched up on a mountain just sniping him, and he's running around the base frantically. And then he just comes into the team speak and he's like, "What the fuck, Red Zed?"
He was a little cranky. I didn't know him very long because he kind of stopped playing. Well, he only played official, and he kind of stopped playing a little bit right around the time I joined.
What are we supposed to do in here?
I don't know what we're supposed to do in here. There's nothing marked.
Trigger the backup power.
Did you try these power panels?
Those are like fire hose.
You must be missing a room. What did Emily do? Did she just chill with the kids, or?
No, yeah, we all celebrated together.
That's good.
Kids had a blast because they got a bunch of new toys.
Did you get any new toys, Akbar?
No, but I got bone induction headphones.
Do you like those?
I'm gonna try them out because Emily bought them for me as a present because I started swimming as well.
Hmm.
And swimming is very boring.
Yeah. It is boring. But it's one of those things that's like, it's an exercise that you spend a lot of time thinking when you're doing it.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but when I swim, it's like my brain goes into another place.
It does. I get like that too. To the point where I'm like, what am I even like? It's like I check out for a few seconds and I come back and my like I'm still holding my breath and everything. I'm like, oh man, this is dangerous. I can't just be
Your
checking
body
out.
won't let you hold your breath though. Your body, like it's impossible to drown yourself without weights. Because your body just naturally resists.
Well, you say that, but I do remember one time when I got very drunk and I hopped the fence into my community pool at like 2 a.m. in the morning with my friend. And I went and we were at like of all the stupid competitions we could think of, and this was like maybe what like 6 7 years ago. We decided holding your breath when you're stupid drunk in water under the water is the best method. And I remember going under the water and like losing myself in terms of like just checking out, super serene and calm. And I'm like, I should probably get out of this water. And then I surfaced.
That was a good call.
I don't understand. Maybe we need to do the other objective first.
Well, we shouldn't have to though. I mean, I don't know.
Let's put a field radio down here so we don't have to drive all the way back.
All right.
Let's put it down over here. Because it's saying that we need to, like, shoot something, but it's not giving us any actual objectives. This should be trigger the backup power. I don't get it. My friend, we understand. It's just what we speak. Yeah, they're Google translating now.
Oh, the Laotians?
Yeah.
We have these Laotian followers, Akbar.
Lotion?
Yeah.
Laotian? Like the country?
Laos, yeah.
Laos. It's been a communication problem for about 2 weeks, but they have finally decided to translate before they go into commenting mode. It's quite an advancement.
I don't have the time to copy and paste their shit into Google Translate.
Now, Akbar, is there any big changes coming for 2025 for you?
Well, I handed away a ton of responsibility at work.
That's good.
So at the beginning of 2023, they were basically saying, "Hey, we're gonna give you like essentially on-time delivery for U.S., Mexico, and Canada." I'm like, "Fuck that! I am tired. Like I am just drained." And so I am basically moving away into like an individual contributor role, so no longer a team. So I have that going for me. It's going to be great. Much more reduced scope. Actually, I'll work on some technical things that I'm lacking.
No. This might be the year I finally quit my job, though.
How many times have you said that?
Well, I'm actually at a point right now, to be honest with you, where our firm is moving the goalposts on kind of the minimum requirements to stick with our company, and they're basically kind of what they're trying to do is they're trying to force out sort of the bottom. I don't want to make it sound like I'm not good at what I do, but it's like you have to have like a minimum amount of production to remain with the firm. And they're making it intentionally so that like you have to. What they want to do is they want to have less advisors, and they want the advisors that they want to get rid of. They want their books of business consolidated with the top advisors. It's just a cost-cutting thing, really, is what it is.
Isn't that such a big risk for people, for a company like that to turn away veterans where, like you,
Yes.
they're just for your reputation and experience in the business, without you even having to do a sales pitch, people would come to you.
Yep, it is. It's not just a risk, it's a very bad policy because other companies have done this and it has not worked out for them. The thing is we're a very profitable company, probably more profitable than some of the bigger ones.
So Oppenheimer, right?
Yeah.
Is it like it's a hedge fund, right?
No, we're a broker dealer. We're just like like a Charles Schwab or Edward Jones or JP Morgan.
Run! Just run!
Yeah, I think that's a good idea, really. But they, it's really what it boils down to at the end of the day is these firms, the way they make their money, Akbar, is on fee revenue. So fee revenue is the fee we charge the client, and then they have to give a percentage of that away to the broker, obviously, so he gets paid. But these firms make incredible amounts of profit on fee revenue. But for every broker you employ, you have to play pretty, you have to pay them some of that fee. You have to pay them, their health insurance and all the other expenses that go with employing somebody. So it's really just
It has to be not like it has to be insignificant. Unless we're talking about improving margins by like 1 or 2 bips,
Yep. It does. I mean, you got to remember, we are like our industry. Oh, right. Yes, but I mean, we are the personification of capitalism, so it would not be unrealistic to think of like our industry from the standpoint of maximizing profits. Oh my god, this is horrible.
Here, come to me.
Hold on, try not to die.
Oh my god.
Here I come. I just must have discharged like 20 hand grenades. Alright, they're mostly dead, Riley. I want to scavenge these guys.
They're following over the hill. The harvesters. Sniping rockets.
There's like a boss here, Riley. Probably should want to come in. Find this guy. There's some kind of boss. Oh, I fell off the cliff.
Oh Jesus, are you alive?
Amazingly, I am alive. I am holding onto a blade of grass. Oh, I don't
You
know.
might have to go down. Or fast travel to the safe house once you go out of combat.
Holy crap, this is a horrible spot. Hold on, maybe I can get up here. Oh my god. Oh my god, I might be able to...
Good work, red player. You tricked them good.
Oh, I'm almost up! Dude, this was the most amazing comeback from being on the side of a cliff ever seen. Oh, I wish I had it. I wish it was being recorded. Yeah, so it sucks, Akbar. Like I'm you know, I'm gonna be 52 this year. You know, it's like,
you thinking about quitting, working altogether, like proper retire?
I don't know. There's another option. Like I was thinking of taking my Series 9 and 10. That's a supervisory exam, so it would allow me to be a branch manager or a compliance officer. Extremely boring, but high paying, and it would remove the production issue because I would be a salaried employee
within the company, within the
possibly. Yes, but I could take that. They're highly desirable licenses, so like I wouldn't necessarily be stuck with Oppenheimer, and they're always looking. Our industry is for people to just run branches. But if I stayed within Oppenheimer, it would be better because I could keep my book of business and still get fee revenue from that. So I basically have two sources of revenue. I would have my existing book of business, and I would have like, you know, $150,000 a year compensation package on top of it. So it'd be like kind of like two safety nets. But there's a possibility that I wouldn't be able to take a branch manager role locally. I would have to maybe move, but I don't want to disrupt the kids at the same time. So it's...
Well, I mean, when's the last time they had a disruption?
COVID, I guess. If you want to be like talking about disruption in...
You didn't move or anything, though, right?
No, but it was highly disruptive. I mean, I don't know. There is another thing, like my current boss, who's younger than me, him and I have been talking a lot. He's very burned out. He kind of doesn't want to do the job anymore. So there's a possibility that if I just go get these licenses, you know, he may step away, and then the company would kind of be not forced to hire me, but like they don't like to put external branch managers into locations where they don't know the community. So I would be conveniently licensed, and kind of the bare minimum what they would do is they would put me in there by default until they found who they wanted. But just the history of our company is when they do that, they usually don't replace you, like once they've got you there, because it's just too much work.
Have you talked to them about it, like straight up?
Not my company, but my branch manager and I talk about it. Like he's like just hang in there for a couple more years because I want out. And I'm like, dude, I don't know if I can hang in for a couple more years. Like I could hang in. Like if I knew what you were doing and you were gonna say like in 1 year and 3 months I'm out, then I'm like, okay, I could work around that.
Yeah. Even then, like you only want to say a statement like hang around for a couple of X for if it has to be under a year for sure.
Yep. And I'm like, well, what is a couple of years? He's like 3 to 5. And I'm like, no. I'm not gonna like waste another. I'm 52. I'll be 57 and still waiting around for something to happen. No. Like if I was 23, sure, I'd wait around for 5 years. But let's be real here, because I want to be done at 65. Like I don't want to be dicking around, and that's in like 14 years.
Yeah.
So I'd rather like my thing is if I could get into a branch manager role for the last 10 or 12 years, I could just really put a lot of money away. Because my cost of living is extremely low. Like, extremely low. And I can bank an incredibly large amount of money.
Yeah, home ownership. How long? When did you pay off your house?
Well, I refinanced it in 20 because the rates were 2%. So I refinanced it as a 15-year instead of a 30, and I'm still paying a smaller mortgage payment than I was paying before.
Did
So
you get a new house? I thought this
nope,
was
same house, yeah. But now, I mean, I only have, honestly, I have like 87,000 left on the loan at 2%.
Wow, that's really good.
My mortgage payment's $1,000 with the property taxes.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like my cost of living is super cheap, and there's no reason for me to move out of this house, even though it's extremely small, because my kids are teenagers, they're in college, they're probably gonna, in a couple of years go their own way. So why create more financial burden than's necessary? And, I'll probably just end up renting this. It'll give me an easy $1,500 to $1,700 a month in cash flow. I've got my dad's condo here that's down the road. I can get another $1,500 in cash flow out of that one.
What are you doing?
And
or are you talking about the one in Canada?
no, Canada is a vacation home, and that one I'm not selling. We're gonna keep that and keep it as is. I mean, I grew up as a kid there, so it'll just be like a vacation home. It's so easy to get to. It's only 2 hours away, but it's expensive as all hell. And so the cash flow I could get from the rentals would allow me to keep it. So, anyways, I'm just but I'm over dealing with the bullshit of my company's position on shit. Like, come on.
Like, if I don't know how open the door it is, but like if you're not getting like good direct answers, and you're gonna make a decision. Skip as well, like if you're not getting the right answers.
Yeah, definitely. That's definitely true.
Because like nowadays, in my opinion, like gone are the days of hanging around at a company for 20 years. Now it's like, hey, I am the talent, I am the skill. What are you gonna do? It's a business transaction.
We're actually a really valuable commodity, like the people in my business, because the amount of money, time, and training that it takes to develop somebody like us it's considerable.
Yeah,
like it's like a 10-year at a minimum.
Or like it's let alone the trading, right? Let's say they get the trading right. There's definitely an intangible that you bring forward, which is like relationships. If you trade somebody to be able to build relationship, anybody that is like and you can sense robotics like a mile away, if that makes sense. Where it's like rigid, how was your day today type of deal. There's like a science that you can, I think, especially in your line of business.
Well, I mean, most of our clients are typically higher net worth, so they're not into doing stuff on the web or AI or shit. They want like the human experience. They want a real person. Oh my God. So much fire and gas, Riley. Gas. I'm gonna put this 50 cal to use. Pick up this weapons pod. Akbar, you would really like this game if you were like interested in Titanfall.
I saw you guys playing Generations 0, right?
Yeah, that's what it is. Oh, I'm behind the rally. These fucking ticks are horrible. There goes one of his weapons pods. Keeps on hitting me with the flamethrower.
Thank heavens. Oh yeah.
So yeah,
Red
I mean,
player,
you
might
know,
learn
it's like I've
something
been
from
saying this
job
forever,
talk.
but it's like it's getting to
You
the
have
point.
a
Like,
job,
and the
Red
thing
player?
is they literally, the way that they're trying to force me out is they're actually cutting my pay. So what they're doing is essentially, if I don't make a certain amount of revenue, they're intentionally reducing the percentage of the fee revenue that I can earn. So they're making it so that it's not worth being in the business. It's
Just not worth the hassle.
It's not worth the hassle, but it's also not like, it just makes it very, very hard to justify doing what I do. So they're kind of trying to create an environment in which you would want to just give up your book of business, so some guy in your office that's doing better than you would absorb it. But this is kind of an industry standard. I mean, this is kind of how our business works. And the only way to solve that problem is to be a bigger producer. But a lot of those producers, those so-called bigger producers, they get big because of this type of attrition. They're just slightly bigger than you. So they're the ones who benefit.
What about you, Riley? How's things been for you?
Very stressful. Literally, my boss sent me home last week to say hello. And I'm not exaggerating.
What do you mean?
He said that I shouldn't say hello, I should say good morning. He said that you say hello to strangers, and say good morning to people you know.
Is your boss Indian?
No, he's Ethiopian.
There we go.
I'd be very sus too, actually.
And then he wouldn't even let me talk or explain myself.
Huge hierarchy nonsense in those cultures. Indian, Uzbek as well. Just a bunch of nonsense. They will never level with the ordinary man.
You know, I wonder what about the culture causes that.
It's, and from what I experienced, it's because these positions of power and responsibility are rare, and as soon as you achieve it, you achieve a minimum standard of hierarchy and reputation, and you've been down, but you just want, you know how things work, and you just want to take it out on the next person. Right, because you know that even after you get promoted, you're still gonna be beaten down. So there's no incentive to stop this train of not hate, but ridicule. It just keeps going, you know.
Yeah, this way.
Where'd you go? Oh, I see. Yeah, that makes sense.
Like,
Do you?
America was a huge culture shock to me because my experiences with people was like you bump into each other, right? And like in Uzbekistan, it's like, okay, well, we're fighting. And here, it's like, oh, sorry, I couldn't even see where to go. And are you okay? And then you move on, right? And in Uzbekistan, for example, there's an immediate assessment of strength that goes on when you bump into each other, and if it's more or less even, then there's an immediate assessment of financial status that goes on, all like within like 2-3 seconds stops, and then people make the decision to drop. It's too complicated, unnecessarily complicated, makes life way harder than it is. Culture shock too was like, oh wow, I can relax.
Oh my god. I just fell down here, Riley. I'm in a whole nother sector.
Get out of that. Oh my god, he just blew me off too with an explosion.
That was not cool.
I'm totally stuck.
I know, I just get... Welcome to the shit show over here. I gotta go all the way around. So Akbar, do you think that, like, Amazon's culture is, like, infected by that?
By like hierarchical.
Yeah.
No. It's a there's there's these few leaders that they think they know what they're doing, and they have tremendous amount of power to actually influence things that are really bad for the company, but they usually get rooted out and fired after results are not there.
Well,
But
my boss just owns the company, and he literally told me that my method works because we're one of the biggest DSPs in the station and probably in the state, and so he's like, my method works, and until it doesn't work, you got to try my methods first, and then if you have an idea, let me know. But my method works.
what are the methods? Like, what metric are we talking about? Like efficiency?
Pretty much me doing exactly what he says at the moment he says it.
But to achieve what?
It could be anything from getting people back on time to getting someone unstuck, to delivering all of the packages, and it could be literally anything. No, I fell again. God damn.
Oh, you gotta go all the way around. It took me 5 minutes to get back over there. It sucks. Now, what is Emily doing? Is she just strictly doing stuff with the kids now?
No, she's still working in Amazon.
Okay.
I'm gonna get her. I cleaned up her resume. I gave her like a good template that she's gonna start sending to new hiring managers. I gotta get her out of there. It's an entire organization where she has like the responsibility of actually knowing what to do, and no one else does, and no one else cares, which is a really bad combination. So I'm like, let me get you to somewhere where it's much more relaxed.
don't know if I jumped into the right spot. Put that on field radio just to be on the safe side. I think I fucked that up.
I think this is the only way to go, so somehow we put
I'm
a
back.
loop around the back. Oh, here, I
Where'd
found
you...
it.
Where are you? I'm right behind you.
Here, go down these stairs.
Oh, okay. That's where I went. Alright, but that's what I just did.
Yeah, just follow the little crosshairs. There should be one last thing we need to blow up around this corner. Join us, but now it would be too late because we're basically done with the story. We're like 50, 60 hours in, so we're like level 30, and you'd be like level 1 and
Yeah, but I think you would have liked this game.
I wanna be a knight and slash through someone's armor.
Kingmakers?
Are you an individual or are you controlling an army there?
It's like both. And you toggle between overhead and first person. In the same turn. Like it's very, very unique apparently.
I just hope it does. Are you talking about Kingmakers?
Yeah.
I have a feeling it's going to get repetitive.
It might. It might, but then again it might not.
Okay, main power is down. Now find the power control panel and flip the switch for the security office.
I am hopeful that it will be good. There's a lot of hype around it.
Hopefully it doesn't get overhyped.
Well, that is true.
Or it gets released like a Bethesda game, and then it's 30 days before they can fix major issues.
Well, that's why they didn't release it when they were supposed to release it in the fall. And they wanted to, they were very deliberate about working through any kind of like bugs and major quality of play issues. So they wanted it to be a clean release.
They didn't label the controls? Why wouldn't they? I guess it doesn't matter. If you just activate everything, that's got to include the security office.
Activate everything? Okay.
Just start hitting buttons, I guess.
I love that concept. Just hit any... Oh, that might have done it.
That worked. I can see the lights are on. I still might need some help getting in, though.
Okay.
Okay. So now that's the objective. So we should be able to just fast travel back to our field radio down south. objective.
You gotta go back in that, back in that door, I think. Akbar, have you been playing any other games?
No, just Warhammer. I wanted to try out that Titanfall, but then I'm like, if it's dead,
Yeah,
do it.
it's a dead game, man. There's nothing there for you.
I'm guessing it probably has a good campaign, but that's about it.
Wow, I just saw this. I just watched this grappling match between two guys, and one is just super athletic, won the previous two matches, and the other guy is just super slim, slender, completely passive. And yeah, the buff athletic guy could do nothing to him. He just kept on weaseling out of every position and got him by points.
Who was this?
I'm just watching this some
Random.
tournament
Yeah.
videos. Yeah.
Ooh, I got an enhanced 50 cal magazine, Riley.
Enhanced?
Well, it's a level 3. I only had a level 1 for the.
Oh, yeah, I'm still rocking a level 1 AK extended mag.
I don't even have an extended mag for the AK. You get 45 rounds on yours, don't you?
No, 37.
Oh, I only get 30.
Level 5, I think, is 45. Where's that computer
Where are we
room? I don't understand.
Is it maybe back up that outside, like up that catwalk, that thing, that wasn't there a room at the end
Maybe.
of that?
It's supposed
I
to
seem
be
to
some
recall.
kind of security office.
Riley, have you, or Akbar, have you talked to Trevor at all?
No, I haven't. I talk to Tony from time to time. He
God damn it, I'm all
just
turned
chat
around.
about some career stuff that he goes through. But that's about it.
Fuck. Nothing pisses me off more, Riley, than this fucking jump that I keep missing. Did you go? Where did you go? Oh,
I'm outside now.
where the hell?
Here, crawl through this.
Crawl through this. Where?
I just saw you. Come back down the way you came. Yep, I'm just trying to eventually get my degree in management so that I can leave logistics, because I can deal with the stress of management. Those problems are easily solved, but logistics is just an added stress on top of it.
Well, you know what they're gonna look at when they're hiring you, right? They're not gonna look at your management degree. They're gonna be like, "Oh man, I got just the spot for this logistics guy."
Yeah. Well, I hope to primarily feature the fact that a I was one of like 3 managers in a company of 200 people.
Oh wow.
And
Yeah.
focus on the management.
Wasn't there, Riley? Yeah, so down here, Riley, wasn't there at the end a room?
There's nothing in here but boxes.
What about this crane out here? There's a box.
Place waypoint.
What about here, Riley?
I don't think you can do anything over there. Here, I just put a waypoint on the objective. Or what should be the objective. There's nothing over here. I'm so confused. Is that the security office?
No, that's what I was checking. Definitely not. Okay, it shows it over here. Oh, it's right here. And this...
Let me try to make...
It shows it across the catwalk. This room across the catwalk, it's showing... This room that I'm right next to. It says this is the objective right here.
That's just a waypoint I placed on the quote-unquote objective. There's nothing up here either.
Hmm.
Secure the security office.
I would have thought the security office was that room with all the fucking screens on it.
Yeah. Well, there's no other objectives on the map. The last objective is here.
Oh, it's gotta be here. We gotta be missing something. Okay, so all that shit that we...
There's gotta be some purpose to this.
I think you're right. I think this is the key.
Or this mission is glitched.
This board, you do anything with? Is there something like a little hidey hole somewhere we need to crawl through in here? I mean...
I feel like this mission is glitched.
Well, maybe like the other one where we had to come back to it.
Yeah.
You know, we should probably just abandon it and then complete another one and then try to...
Yep.
Alright, should we go back to the main base?
Yep. That it's unfortunate, but I'm guessing like we're gonna walk into a room and then they're just gonna talk to us over the radio.
Yeah, it's probably exactly what it is. Akbar, have you thought about maybe trying to run for city council?
Duswami, actually, a fair bit amount. But the more that I look at it, I'm like, I need to be a dictator. That's the only way that I'm going to get anything done over here.
Yeah, but a good stepping stone might be that.
Also,
Like if you can get on,
for advertisement, right?
if you could get into city council, then you could maybe run for like another higher position within the administration, but get like a year or two on the council and just be like, city councils are extremely toxic, by the way.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're very, very toxic. And usually the people that usually the people that sit on city council are people that have businesses within the city, and their purpose of joining it is it's self-serving. So you're gonna have to deal with some bullshit, and what you should, like, you're either going to be the guy that like takes a lot of bullshit from your own city council for trying to change shit, but it can make you pretty popular. Like if people who watch cable access TV and watch those meetings see you kind of standing up for the community above in the politics, that could help you get a higher position, within the city government, and you could become, you could get elected to a position where you could actually maybe do something. Council members don't really get to do a lot. They're kind of just there to
take it on the chin.
Yeah, they just take it on the chin, but like if you're like, if you take the position, like I want everybody to be heard. So anybody who comes to this meeting will get their time, you know what I mean? And like be the guy. And then when some city council member just doesn't want to hear it, then you can like step in and be like, no, let's give this guy the time, and they're gonna be pissed at you. You know what I mean? And so if you just constantly are there to like offer people the opportunity to hear their grievances, and they're going to be bullshit grievances most of the time, but you'll get a bit of a reputation as like somebody who actually is there to help people gain more access to their own community, and that will allow you to eventually run for a more meaningful position within local government. You have to be a disruptor, but it comes with a lot of risk, and it comes with a lot of bullshit.
You know what? Like the strategy that I like. There was this one congressman. He took a really unique strategy. He said basically, screw the legacy media. I'm gonna talk directly through TikTok, directly through Instagram. So his videos is just a close-up shot of him, just saying, "Hey, here's what happened in the Senate today. Here's what it means. Here's what we're gonna do about it. Here's what'll happen." Gotta look up my phone. But he, for a low cost, he reached a massive audience because he explained it in simple English of everything that's going on. But then he ran for prosecutor or something like that.
My best friend that's here in Grosse Pointe has been wanting me to run for local politics forever, and like literally I've had people like trying to recruit me for the longest time, and I will not do it only because I just do not want a target on my back, and the politics in my area is extremely hostile.
Really? How could it be?
Yes.
Like, there's so much unifying factors from everything you told me. Safety is like literally number one.
Yeah, but the thing is that at least in my area, the thing that dominates the political sphere is the school system, which is highly divisive right now, and there is a literal war going on between liberal and conservative policies with the school board. It is the centerpiece of all toxicity in our community. So you have to take a stand on that. Along with the school board stuff comes things like gun control, because the schools here are being used to promote gun control, and they use the students. They dress them up in orange shirts, and they put them out on the curb at the teachers, and they bitch and complain about how students are dying all over the place. And then they also use the students for the environmental movement, and it's very socialistically organized here. So if you are in business in this community and you take a conservative standpoint, then you're going to get smeared as a white racist Christian.
Really?
Oh yeah,
In Detroit?
yeah, yeah.
They go for that in Detroit?
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, I'm in gross.
But like what? Italians or something like that?
Nah, it doesn't. Oh yeah, we're full of it. We got tons of Italians and Irish, but it doesn't matter. They're all white liberal like psychopaths. So,
but you talk about crime and guns going off all the time. There's white liberals in the area.
Yeah, because the white liberals try to control the blacks here, and they pretend like they speak for them. It's a really messed up situation. Michigan is though one of those states that's on the edge, because with the right amount of effort and the right amount of time, it could easily, because we're a purple state, we're not a red state, because of the unions, but a lot of the unions have gone hard towards Trump. So more work needs to be done on the local level to stamp out the rampant Marxism that's all over the place, and it can be done. And I think there's a lot of hope, but it's right now like you're running a risk getting involved in politics in Michigan. Like you could get your life destroyed. You'll get like they will go out of their way to, if you're in business and you rely on clients for new business, they could make it really difficult for you. Like I've seen some like really low level positions, like school board positions, where people I know that are good people, they got kids in the school, they have like they're real estate agents, like they get their lives destroyed by these people. Because that's how they do it. That's how they operate. So it's a little disheartening, because you want to be able to, like, do your part, and if you've got the energy and the will to do it, but you have to be prepared to take some serious shit. And now, if you're a single guy and you've got like no, you're independently wealthy, you don't have to worry about losing your job. That's like kind of like the perfect candidate.
You know what I've been thinking? 6 months ago, and then the thought popped up to my head again. What if like Elon Musk is the Antichrist?
I've heard that theory.
Like, if I'm not mistaken, in biblical like theology, essentially, here comes a person eccentric, doing good for the people, doing amazing for the people. There could not be a man that like is better. It's like godsend of a man, and he lures them into this sweet nothings, and he ends up being the Antichrist.
Akbar, I have been hearing the Antichrist politician theory going back to, what is that over there, Riley? Behind you. There's a mech with a label over it. Turn around and go back.
Yeah, a boss.
We should probably take that guy out. I've been hearing that since George Bush was president. Like
Really?
it started with George Bush, and then it went to Obama, then it went to Trump.
But no, it has to be somebody that is not that polarized. Like somebody so well accepted, right? Like, and I think Musk was pretty well accepted. But anytime you, like, Musk is on a really dangerous path of his ego getting so massively inflated because the people have accepted him that he could become a very dangerous person.
I think if
He could,
everyone
but-
hated him, he would still have that ego.
Well, it's funny because my boss and I, we talk about Musk a lot. I don't trust the guy. I never have trusted the guy. But it's, Sun Tzu, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. And that's kind of how I see Musk right now. He could be a lot of problems later down the road, but right now he's a convenient ally. And I do think you need to kind of keep an eye on him because I think he is bipolar. I think he's slightly autistic, and I think he's highly unpredictable.
Like, I see him as a so vocal and I don't know. I'm just making stuff up.
No, I think you're bringing up really great points. You just don't know with him though. He is extremely powerful, and he has the capability of causing a lot of problems.
Dude, 16 days
Well,
until
we'll see.
100 executive orders get executed on the 20th.
Exactly.
I think I saw a movie that this whole not charade, but like this whole game of executive orders became popularized and like standardized as a method with Dick Cheney.
No, it was Obama. Obama started it.
Like the Cheney, the movie was actually called Literally Cheney, and the movie was basically saying, hey, like theoretically, constitutionally, the president could be the most powerful figure that could get anything done. Because I think that paved the way for Obama, like uncovering that gem.
Well, that might be true. There was a graphic that was put out about a month ago that it showed which presidents have had the most executive orders. And prior to Biden, Obama was the king of that. And he literally did use his executive privilege for a lot of shit that probably shouldn't have.
They still didn't investigate that freaking cook that's in the National Metro. Do you remember that? His cook drowned.
Yep. Very suspicious of that.
They've led us to a point where we trust nothing.
Yeah, and you shouldn't. Riley, did you watch the podcast I sent you?
Oh yeah.
Sean Ryan? Do you watch the Sean Ryan podcast, Akbar?
Sean Ryan. Oh, where do I know him from? I saw a Twitter post from him saying, hey, I'm going to reveal something crazy to you guys.
Yeah. That's an understatement.
Did he actually reveal it already?
Yep.
Oh,
And
really?
it's almost too complicated to explain without. You need to go watch the Sean Ryan podcast, Akbar, immediately. Like as soon as you get off this thing, like tonight.
Is that a monologue?
No, he's got a guest on there. It's about the Vegas truck bomb terrorist.
Oh, I see.
And you need to watch it like immediately. It is, if it's true, if there's any truth to any of it, we're all in a lot of trouble.
that shit's probably not on YouTube trending, just like Joe Rogan's
It
freaking podcast with Trump.
it is.
Oh,
It
was?
is. And yes, and by the way, as of the podcast, Sean Ryan has taken his family and gone into hiding.
Yeah, I saw that post. I'm like, who is this guy? Like,
Yeah.
hopefully he's not bluffing.
No. No. It's a pretty serious situation. Yeah, I don't want to ruin it for you. It's definitely requires you to do.
I'm up.
You have to watch the podcast before you start
You
looking at
must be
anything
one
else on
of the
social
new
media
kids.
to really
In
understand
case
what's going
nobody's
on.
told you yet,
Got
I'm
it. Yeah, I
Calder.
will.
Go ahead and grab a walkie-talkie.
It's
and
very
let
fucked
Freddy
up.
Explain the rest. Wait, where's
I
Freddy?
think it's episode 155 or something like that. It's his last podcast. And you should watch the podcast right before that. Different subject matter, but equally
There's an ancient ring fort out
disturbing.
in the farmlands, but I'm in no shape to travel that far. Will you please help me?
This guy's got a tinfoil hat.
I saw it. Yeah, Akbar. Then I need to hear back from you next time. We're in Discord, which will probably be
Yeah,
Wednesday or Thursday.
It's Saturday night. I'll watch it.
Yeah, you need to watch it. It's no joke.
You're gonna come back and you're gonna be like, dude, I watched
Now-
the podcast.
Yes. And you're gonna be like, and it'll be a couple days later, and you're in a lot of shit. There's so much that you need to absorb on that.
You know what? I don't know if you guys know him, but like, so I watched this podcast with Joe Rogan, and he had a guest on. His name was Evan Hafer, and it was a 4-hour podcast, and I like could not stop listening. So it's a soldier, like special forces. I think he
The
mentioned
coffee
like
guy.
Delta. Is he a coffee guy? Because I think I saw.
Yeah,
He's the owner of Black Rifle Coffee.
yeah. Black
really?
Rifle. He's an ex-special ops guy.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, his storytelling was so mesmerizing.
Oh yeah.
I've heard a lot of the. I've heard he actually. Trying to think where it was. I heard it. I've heard it like 3. He's told like 3 real. He's been interviewed a good 2 or 3 times where he had unbelievable stories about the shit that he did, and it is just he is very, very like compelling to listen to.
Yeah. And like the stories that he would say, it's like it really brought a lot of goosebumps to me because it's so vivid. And it's like what's interesting about him is like he wasn't trying, right? Like it was like a method of storytelling where he lets like my imagination filled in the blanks. Like right, he would say, "I'm driving through the desert at night." Whereas somebody else might say, like, you know, the sand from the desert was getting in my eyes and it was watery. We were going 100 miles. And they're like describing in too many details. But like the way that the military interacts in these stressful situations, like one thing I won't forget he said is that he just joined special forces and like they're driving through the desert at night. They get ambushed. They're being shot at from all angles, and he's freaking out and yelling at his sergeant, "Hey, sergeant, we got to get the fuck out of here!" Right? Like he's just saying nonsense. Like, "Oh yes, of course we got to get out of here." And he's saying like, then my sergeant turned around, and as he was on the radio, he paused the radio and he says, "Hey, Evan, if you don't have anything productive to say, just shut the fuck up." And I'm like, that
yes.
the way that he told that and the way that I imagined it like resonated so much with me. And then he started explaining like, hey, when we're in stressful situations in these firefights and you see somebody cool, calm, and collected, that person has a huge responsibility to bear because as soon as he breaks, it spreads like a virus and everybody starts panicking. So they might be shitting their pants, but they're trying their damn best to not show it. It just
Riley, come and get this.
it
Sorry, Akbar.
really showed like the inner psychology of people in stressful situations. I loved it.
I love to be on fire. It's my favorite thing.
I just automatically healed after.
You did?
Yeah.
Not me. I just burned like I was doused in gasoline.
Yeah, and then I healed automatically.
How did that happen?
I have no idea. I've been touched.
You have been touched. You've been touched by the tism. That's what you've been touched by.
Yeah, they poked me.
Dude, I can't wait until Kennedy starts just,
Oh, it can't come sooner.
dude.
I'm curious to see what kind of... here's my prediction, Akbar. I don't think he lasts 2 years.
Kennedy?
Yep.
Why? Oh, you think
Because-
they're gonna butt heads so much?
Yep. I think there's going to be so much, like, Kennedy wants to do, and I think he's going to go a little too hard, a little too fast, and he's going to start to cause problems. Because Trump has to balance, like, the pharmaceutical industry, the economy, the medical... I mean, there's a lot... Like, there has to be... Like, if Kennedy's smart, he'll come in with a scalpel, not with a sledgehammer.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm afraid his instinct is to come in with a sledgehammer. And he could really lose a great opportunity to get a lot done if he comes too hard, too fast. He needs to come in, do some things very tactically that get public behind him, and especially the public that may have not voted for Trump. And if he comes too hard, too fast, too strong, too quick, he could end up losing his role.
But don't you think he has to come in with at least 1 or 2 sledgehammer hits?
No,
There's
I
no
don't.
way he's getting through that brick wall with a scalpel.
No, he can get through it with a scalpel. He just has to. It's all about personnel. So what he's going to have to do is he's going to have to focus on the regulatory body, and he's going to have to focus on the people that are currently, in charge of shit. And if he gets rid of the right people, and gets the right people in place where he needs to get them, and then lets those people be the sledgehammer, then I think he'll be more successful. I'm afraid he's going to be too much out front, and he's going to take a lot of the fucking bullshit. So we'll see how he does, but
Yeah, let's see. I'm hoping
I think he's going to cause too much headache for Trump, and you know how Trump is. He's not afraid to like fire you, So I don't think he has any qualms with saying, "Hey, Bobby, you got, I love you, but this is fucking me up." So we'll see. I think if he's smart about it, he'll keep a low profile. He'll delegate to people that are very, very smart and are kind of aligned with him. He'll let them take any kind of heat so that he can stay in for longer and continue to just replace those people with more people and more people and more people, because really, you have to worry about what happens when Trump's gone. So you have to change the culture within these organizations and get people in there for 10, 15, 20 years that are going to make a long-term difference. You don't want to just shoot your wad all at once. You know what I'm saying? It's got to be it's got to be strategic.
Now all I'm thinking about is, based on your last statement, it's got to be strategic, not to shoot it all at once.
That's right.
He's got to remember he's not the president.
Yep, you got to stroke it slowly. The same thing can happen to Elon too, because I could see Trump starting to distance himself from him as well.
I think so too. Okay, so you know what I really dislike in politics is the inability for people to change their minds, even if it's for good, justifiable reason. So here's my question to you. Apparently, Trump put out a statement, during his first term, both written and in video, but like, hey, I'm not a fan of H1B. They're taking our jobs, right? And now he's like, oh, I never changed my mind. Yeah, we need people in here. We need people in here. And I'm like, no, you are contradicting.
He is.
And I'm like, just say, hey, I changed my mind. Hey, like, I looked at the facts and I changed my mind. That's it.
Yeah. Well, again, you know, you got to remember where he gets his power from. Trump got elected because a lot of people, pissed off people, don't like, you know, anybody who wasn't born here in the United States taking an American job away. And there's more of them that voted for him than there are those that are more moderate-minded. So, you know, he's got to balance that messaging in such a way that he doesn't make those people feel betrayed, because they will turn on him.
Yeah. I'm dealing with H1B heavily. Not myself, but like my team is probably like 40 or 60% off the top of my head H1B visa. And whenever I'm interviewing, right, and there's such a stark difference to Swami in H1B, like the Indians, the Chinese that come, and how they present themselves and everything. You're like, oh man, there's just like objectively, it's very difficult to not choose you, because like the competition when I see, I guess what I could say is like 80% of the H1B visas that apply and interview are very qualified, and about 20% of the people I interviewed that are like non-H1B, like pure Americans, are qualified. There's some really strong ones, but they're very rare.
Yeah, I know. I don't disagree with you. I'm sure that's actually 100% true. The thing is that I was explaining this to my younger son today. We were talking about demographic collapse, and you know, I was explaining that Western countries' birth rate is so low. It takes see, people don't understand. It takes 25 years from the birth of a child to become economically viable for the country. So you don't become a taxpayer, you know, for 25 years. You're not a consumer with enough income to be able to buy shit and support the economy. So it's a long time. And when you have more people dying than are being born to replace those, you know, your economy collapses very quickly. And the only way to fix that temporarily is through immigration. And so, like, Europe is a very good example of this, because Europe is having, you know, they're having less than one child. They're having like 0.85 children per family. You need 1.42 to not collapse. And Russia is also going through this, unfortunately. And so is China for the first time. So, and that's because of their one-child policy. That really fucked them up. So, and China will not import people at all. Japan is really bad. Japan is very close to complete demographic collapse. And so immigration is like a temporary resolution to this problem. The problem is if you import the third world with, you know, unskilled, poor, unproductive consumers who absorb your welfare system and put stress on the remaining educated people, then you actually accelerate the collapse, even though you're bringing them in. So this brings us full circle back to H1B. H1B is actually an enhanced version of triage, where you can prop up the midterm and short-term economy by immigrating highly skilled people. But if you're not educating the indigenous population and bringing up their technical skills simultaneously, then you're going to get caught in an immigration trap where the only way to keep your economy going is to bring in unskilled labor just to fill space, and, you know, to buy Coca-Cola and Frito and chips, and, you know, be plugged into the insurance system, and you know, keep hospitals going. Like you can't survive like that.
Then you get used to it. You never want to stop.
You never want to stop. It becomes addictive because nobody wants to make the hard political choices, which are to actually fix the underlying cultural problem,
Yeah.
which is better education, better families, two-parent families, multiple children. You know, it's a complicated subject, but it's a global problem.
Make sure you loot this guy before he disappears.
Which guy?
His boss.
That got me killed. I'm stuck in the hole. Oh, great. I'm out of health kits. That would be a problem. Of course, I don't have. Gonna die. Yep, dead. I'm fighting this battle with no health kits, Riley. Boy. I'm dead again. Now I got to abandon because I'm out of freaking. Yeah.
Get some more and then come back.
Okay. Down a field radio at the last second. Here it comes. Yep. Yeah.
Oh, this guy. I've seen his face up on I've seen him in Pete Hexet.
Yeah, well, Pete, his name will come up actually.
Wow, former CIA.
I was so unprepared for this, Riley.
Yeah, I did not
I did not have the ammo or the health kit.
residents of Mole City. This is Veronica.
Moles.
We're gonna be roomies, so let's all try to get along. How many people are with you?
I'm Kalle, and
Alright, I took up that tank.
right now I'm looking for survivors from a skirmish at my old camp, but it's not looking
Veronica
good.
makes a triumphant return.
I'm so sorry.
And acts like she
I lost
doesn't
a
know
lot of
it.
people too. If you find your friend, there's plenty of room for them here, okay?
This one guy with the SMG off in the distance is just raping me.
Finally got enough rockets. Grenades.
This was by far my worst performance in a week. No, seriously, like, I couldn't kill anything, and I lost so many lives due to the fact that I had no health. I wasted ridiculous amounts of adrenaline. Absolutely shameful.
See, I never. Oh, actually, no. This seems legit. I was gonna say I never. Like, 158 Democrats voted to keep sex offenders in the U.S. and immediately my thought is like, oh man, that must have been a massive bill, and that's like the headline that they went with. And no, it's actually deportation of migrants for sex offenses.
Yeah, I don't go by headlines.
But no, here's what I mean. Like, this is the live stream of C-SPAN. I just posted it on Discord. Because that's what it's like, a massive bill and whatever like the media is going with to get more clicks. But it literally says something. I think it's deportation of migrants for sex offenses. So they actually voted for this, or didn't.
Yeah. Well, I remember following. Hang on a second. What is going on? Did you shoot that, Riley?
What?
Oh, never mind. It was his tank over here. Riley, you always get the kill after I unload all my ammo. You really do.
Yeah, I only took one shotgun shot to his back. At this point, I think my shotgun's more powerful than my grenade launcher.
The shotgun is still, I think, one of the hands down best.
Well worth the $2 in DLC.
I can't tell if Britain is actually the Britain that's being portrayed.
No, Britain is collapsing. They are in so much trouble. And it's a lot of it has to do with their bonds, their sovereign bonds.
No, I mean like cultural. Like I see these. It's not even protests. It's like celebrations, like streets and streets and streets full of Pakistanis. And I'm like, this isn't normal. I don't see
Yeah, it's because they're been all replaced by migrants. Migrant replacement.
You got this massive story about them supposedly covering up these rape gangs.
Oh yeah, that's been going on for quite some time. My sister lives there, you know.
How what is she saying?
Oh, it's absolute massive government corruption and cover up. People are getting raped left and right. Little girls all over the place getting raped every day, and they cover it up. They don't allow it to make it into the media.
Lots of old money elite live there, if I'm not incorrect.
You're not.
I have a friend that lives in Germany, and then I asked her, "Hey, how is things in Germany?" Like that.
That's fucked up too.
All the things that I heard, and
Yeah.
she basically said like, "Hey, we got way too much homelessness."
Yeah.
And yeah, she's not a fan of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, the bill says deportation of migrants for sex offenses. It is crystal clear, and people voted no. It's fucking.
Uh-oh, okay, I guess we're getting attacked right now.
What? Phoenix machines? Already? They found us even quicker than I thought. This is hopeless.
Coming around this corner here.
My dog glitched out in the field.
It does happen.
If they release no more updates, I just want them to patch that stupid jump glitch and the fucking dog.
I don't think they're doing anything. I think they're done. Like, I think it is what it is. I don't know. They might. They might. I shouldn't be a Debbie Downer.
Yeah, but what are they gonna do?
I don't know.
I got good news as well. So
What's that?
when, what is it, 3 years ago? Yeah, 3 years ago when Russia attacked Ukraine, I was an investor in Yandex. I'm sure
Oh yeah.
you've heard of it.
Search engine. Sure.
For like about a year before that. And it finally, they basically sold off 50% of their, and it was frozen. My assets were completely frozen. Fidelity said, "Hey, here's 6-digit numbers. We're putting into this random account, taking out of your personal account. You can keep the shares there." And then they sold 50% of the business,
I'm glad
including the
this place
search
seems
business and
secure,
the
but
core
that just means
business.
Phoenix will learn and adapt from
And
this
now,
encounter.
and they
I wish I
rebranded.
knew what the right
Assets
thing to
got
do was.
unfrozen. They
For now,
rebranded
let's
as
assume they'll come back
Nebius,
soon and get ready.
as like an
We'll have
AI
some introductions to
infrastructure
do
company.
very soon.
And the way that I
I
understand it,
have
it's basically
Jenny,
a platform
Kenneth, and
that
Layla with me. They were
companies
a part
can
of our
use to
old
train
crew.
their AI models. Then they
They
also
made it
rent out
out
data
okay,
spaces
They
and
really
data storage.
pulled their weight.
Awesome.
So did you make some money on
Any
that?
news about Freddy?
Well, no, but I recovered some money.
That's good. Riley, come up top.
Yeah.
There's a ton of
He
mines and
didn't
grenades on the
make
roof. It's always good to get your money back.
Yeah, it was the
Oh,
first time that
Kevlar,
I got
I'm
sanctioned.
so sorry.
What the fuck? Another
Ah,
attack?
looks like you got company. Don't let a single one through.
Oh,
We're
gee,
not
yeah,
gonna
no problem.
lose another camp.
The plague of Boobridge.
Riley, I gotta take a 5-minute break. I gotta refill.
They're coming.
And
They're
I-
coming again.
All right. Where are they coming from?
Right here. Alright, make a run for it.
Hang on. Well, if we're still in a battle sequence, I'm not gonna get out.
Oh, I thought you meant like your ammo.
Oh.
What the fuck was that?
That was like
What the
a.
hell was that?
It just.
Through the pyramid.
Yeah. Did you
That is the
hear?
same shit they used to destroy the Moor Square camp.
It's the same shit. That was great.
Getting a nice.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're already in a state of emergency.
I always find it somewhat humorous when North Carolina, South Carolina, Kentucky, Tennessee have these ice storms and dramatic events when we're just getting shit on like 24/7. Nobody cares about us at all.
Yeah. I could
They're like,
easily-
it's just Michigan. Who cares?
yeah, they're like, "Oh, it's fine."
It's fine. Like, people are like freezing to death and have no power for like 7 days, and there's like not even. It's like a common occurrence.
Nice. Let's go watch that.
Yeah, dude, watch it.
I already started 10 minutes. I'm not even on it.
Yeah, no, you need to pay attention to it. Like, if you have to restart it, even just so you can 100% focus on it.
Yeah, I will. Sounds good. All right, see you, boys. Good talking
All
to
right,
you.
talk.
Farewell.
See you later.
Looks like we're still alive for now. But Phoenix knows we're here. This location isn't safe anymore.
No location is safe. As long as that cannon's running, it's only a matter of time until every safe place we have ends up like Moskär. Oh, I'm tired of running.
Achievement.
Alright, after we go back to our base or wherever we're going, I gotta take 5 minutes. What is this?
This
Over
is
here.
a safe house, technically. I'll be right back as
Okay.
well. Cat. mean to do that.
All right. What do we got going on here?
So I watched Bloodsport and Time Cop.
Oh, good. Did you enjoy?
Oh yeah, I liked Time Cop more.
Oh yeah. You got to watch Bloodsport though. It lets you understand Jean-Claude Van Damme's personality, I think, better.
Yeah. And a young Forrest Whitaker.
A very young Forrest Whitaker. Yep.
At the end when they were just cheering for him when they were supposed to take him back. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And the kid watching VR porn at work. Hey. What are you doing? Or that was in Time Cop.
That was Time Cop. Very early VR porn at that.
Yeah, the fact that they thought that we were going to have self-driving cars with no fucking windows in 2004 is ridiculous. Those cars look ridiculous.
I need to go to a workbench. Hang on.
There's one right out here.
Oh, oops. I already went back over here. I accidentally recycled 54 advanced medkits when I was talking to Arkbar.
Yep, I accidentally recycled about half of mine.
Make some more standard ones.
Now I'm just carrying around standard and advanced.
I need to get my loadout. I have to fix my loadout here. I need to just do this. All right. Now, yeah, my loadout got messed up. Okay. It's a little better. I think I fixed my companion.
Oh yeah, I need to do that.
I need new armor. Alright, now he's got armor again. What else did I have to do? I needed more.
And it's still glitched.
Did you change the voice pack?
I I put new armor on him, so it's still changing something. Yeah, I think we would just have to...
Want to reboot the game?
No, we'll pretty much just talk to this lady and then I gotta go.
All right. Hang on. I'll just come with you. Want to go do that right now?
Indeed.
You probably don't need me to come there. Why don't you just talk to her?
Sounds good.
Cal is right. If we want to last out here, we need to find that cannon and destroy it. If I had to guess, Phoenix probably built it somewhere in Hisingen-Näset.
Makes sense. If we look at which places it targeted. Well, if we know where it lives, then let's load up my old truck with some C4 and drive it right into their living room.
That's not the worst idea I ever heard. But we still don't know the exact location. We'd need to armor that truck up so it doesn't crash before we even get there. Maybe plating cannibalized from destroyed machines.
I like your thinking. Use their strength against them.
This bitch won't unlock the door to Mole City and she's hiding a side mission down there. She's got a beer, some floppy disks, and some beans down here.
Beans?
I think, I'm guessing they're beans. It's just a canned thing called Pastar Bannock. I made so much food today to meal prep, and I have the utmost respect for fucking cooks in restaurants. Because it was exhausting. It was like an hour and a half of cooking. Probably like 2 hours and 15 minutes total. I also just made Italian couscous stuffed bell peppers as well. Topped with Parmesan.
That sounds pretty good.
And then I made Mexican street corn hash. And chickpea cucumber salad rice bowls.
That sounds excellent.
With Turkish spice. But yeah, it was an immense amount of cooking and I was just exhausted after it.
I don't know if enemy marking really is worth it.
Yeah, I guess you just do a little bit more damage and that's it. I got like level 2 of the recoil skill and it has been a noticeable difference.
I mean, the only thing that it would be useful for is for veteran guerrilla, which I have a point in. It's probably a wasted point, but it increases the amount of base XP obtained when destroying a marked enemy.
Yeah.
So I just don't know if it makes sense.
We'll probably forget to mark them.
I mean, shit happens so fast. Who has time to mark anything?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, unless we're marking only bosses.
Mm-hmm. And we seem to be able to dispatch bosses anyway. So I don't know if marking was really necessary.
Yeah, it would mainly be for harvesters and tanks. And then pretty much just get behind them and shoot their fuel tank with a shotgun.
I mean, it seems to me that it might be more of a single player skill.
Yeah.
Because if you're on your own and you mark your own shit, you'll get a buff. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But it doesn't seem like you really need to do it if you have more than 2 players. So, I'll have to reshuffle my skills to fix that. All right. So I won't see you till what, Thursday?
Indeed.
All right. Well, have a good one.
Indeed. Farewell.
Bye-bye.
Alrighty, folks. Thanks for everyone who came in tonight. The Laotian friends, Red Player, and anyone watching in the future. Make sure you like the stream if you haven't already. And I should be back here on Thursday. Farewell. Bye-bye.